If I had to pick 2 words to describe Netflix's Devil May Cry cartoon, they'd probably be wasted potential. I really wanted to like this show, but alas, between poor pacing and mind-boggling creative choices, it stands as something that would be so good, if it was good. One of the points of potential that I feel stands out would be Cavaliere Angelo. All of the boss demons were wasted, but unlike them, Cavaliere Angelo has an interesting connection to a very important Devil May Cry character, and that character is Trish. Trish is so important to the franchise, and I thought, foolishly, this was going to be how they would introduce Trish into this new continuity. For people who don't know, Trish is the demon clone of Dante's mother, Eva. She was created by Mundus to lure Dante to Mallet Island in Devil May Cry 1. So picture this. Dante is fighting this demon, and he wins, only for his mother to slide out of the body like it's a cocoon, having her escape to the demon world. And now Dante has a huge motivation to want to go to the demon world, which seems to be what the whole show ends on. Obviously, fans would know what's up and that it's not actually his mother, that it's actually Trish, but new fans wouldn't necessarily know that. And they would probably think, oh, that's a cool twist. I was also expecting Cavaliere Angelo to be a double agent and only going along with Rabbit's plan because it benefited Mundus. Seriously. As the plot stands, I can be okay with White Rabbit just being insane, but the other demons, are they all idiots too? Are they insane too? If they want to be free of Mundus and can get to the human world, it's in their best interest to continue to get their people over through the little portals and just take over the human world themselves. Destroying the barrier between the worlds just allows Mundus to have access to Earth. If Cavaliere Angelo was a double agent, all of a sudden, this makes sense. Cavaliere Angelo is actively sabotaging White Rabbit's plan. And here's another take. If Cavaliere Angelo being Trish doesn't subvert expectations enough, which shouldn't be a factor because it would be a good twist, would be to have Cavaliere Angelo explicitly be a defector from Mundus and not have him be entirely privy to what the plan is. This is a weaker option, as another enemy would be far superior to this role, as again, Cavaliere Angelo is Trish. A Proto-Angelo would fill this role better, because Proto-Angelos are a mini-boss from Devil May Cry 5, and artificial demons. So just have those be, it's from 5, created by Urizen, but honestly, anything created by Urizen, you can kind of just make it be by Mundus, and I don't think fans are going to have a huge issue with that. But including Cavaliere Angelo and not having a connection to Trish in season 1, it would be like having Artemis and then not mentioning Lady and not mentioning the Artemis gun or not mentioning Machiavelli. Like, why include that character if you're not going to make use of any of those things? The Trish twist is so vastly superior in every metric, I'm actually boggled that they didn't use it. What's more, if they didn't want to disappoint me by not having Trish, they should have used a different enemy. If something is going to drop in season 2 to do with Cavaliere Angelo, it will be poorly set up, as there were numerous opportunities to set it up, and they just didn't. Someone said something about season 1 was really tight, and so there were some demon scenes that just didn't make it into the product, and that maybe some of the scenes explaining Rabbit's plan and why the demons are going along with it despite it seeming to be against their best interest. And I'm just going to say that's the show's fault. That's bad writing on the show's behalf. Those scenes are more important to the plot than basically the entirety of the plane sequence. They could have cut that, but for some reason they didn't. So, agree? Disagree? I'm interested to hear what other people have to think about this.